So regions defined by many inequalities, right? You can have a region defined by 3 or more inequalities, and that's what we want to do. We want to see how we can do that by virtue of examples. Show the region R represented by the inequalities y is less than 4 minus x, x is greater than 0, and y is greater than x minus 1. So all we need to do here is draw those 3 inequalities. That's all we need to do, right? So if we start with the first one, y is less than 4 minus x, we can draw our table there. We have x, y. Pick 2 values of x. I'll pick 0 and 2. It'll give me 4 and 2, right? I hope you now know how to complete that table of values. So 0, 4, 2, and 2. 0, 4, 2, and 2. And then I draw a dashed line because of that sign there. So I have a dashed line. And this is y is less than 4 minus x. So y is less than 4 minus x. I want what is less, so I shade what is above that inequality. So I shade what is above that inequality. So the first inequality is done. I draw the first inequality. I move to the next one. The next one is x is greater than or equal to 0, right? So I look at the line x is equal to 0, which is essentially the y-axis, right? So that's the line we're looking at. So x is greater than or equal to 0. The values of x that are bigger than 0 are on the right, right? Remember, the y-axis is the line x is equal to 0. So I shade everything that's on the left because I want what is greater, right? So I shade that off like that. And then lastly, I have y is greater than or equal to x minus 1. So I need a table for this. Y is greater than x minus 1. Again, I have my table here. Pick any 2 values of x. I can pick 1 and 3. So if I pick 1 and 3, I get a 0 and a 2, right? I hope you know how to complete this table. So I have 1, 0, and I have a 3 and 2. 1, 0, 3, 2. Let me try and use a different color. 1, 0, 3, 2. So once I've done that, I can draw my line, which will move through those points. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to check. This is greater than or equal to, so I'm going to draw a solid continuous line. Okay, so we're not going to draw a dashed line, we're going to draw a solid continuous line like that. So that is y is greater than x minus 1. So y is greater than x minus 1. If y is greater, we want what is above, not what is below. So we shade everything that is below. So once we do this, we've drawn our 3 inequalities. We're left with this empty space in between, right? Typically, you should have this empty space left in between. That empty space left in between is our region R that we were looking for. So that is our region R there. We've simply drawn 3 inequalities, and the empty space in between is our region R. So we've got another example. Identify the region P represented by the inequalities y is less than or equal to x plus 1, y is greater than 0, and x is less than 3. So if we take the first thing, y is less than x plus 1, we draw a table, right? We pick 2 x values, maybe 0 and 2. I'll get 1 and 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Then I look at this. I have to draw a solid continuous line because it's a less than or equal to. So get there, draw a solid continuous line. So what does it say? Y is less than or equal to. So I label that y is less than or equal to x plus 1. Since y is less, we don't want what is above, so we shade what is above because we want y to be less. So we shade off everything above this line. All right? Then the next thing is y is greater than or equal to 0. The line y is equal to 0 is the x-axis, right? The x-axis is the line y is equal to 0. So I can simply label that x-axis, y is greater than or equal to 0. Because I want what is greater, I want what is above, so I have to shade what is below. So I shade everything below the x-axis, right? And then lastly, we have x is less than 3, right? So the line x is equal to 3 goes straight through 3. It's a vertical line. So we can simply draw it, but we draw it using a dashed line because it's a less than sign. So here's a dashed line there. And then this is x is less than 3. Hope that's visible. Since x is less, the smaller values of x are on the left, so we shade whatever is on the other side on the right there. Once we've done that, we have this empty space in between, and that is our region P that we were looking for. So all you have to do is draw 3 or 4 or however many inequalities you're required to draw, and then you get your region in between.